Hi, Margarita here, and today I'm going to tell you all about the 7 fragrances I wore 7 days this week.
I know you're gonna dig this. Oh, yeah. This is a journey into sound. A journey which along the way will bring to you new color, new dimension, new value.
So, I'd like to take this time to ask you all, have you ever had a frustrating moment while working? I'm sure you have. I just recorded this entire video, start to finish, except wasn't recording. Yep, I just spent all this time talking about 7 wonderful fragrances that I love, that I wore this week, all to find out that my camera wasn't even recording. So, this is going to be take 2, and I'm going to make sure that the record is working. So without further ado, let's get started. First up, we have Sintra by Memo Paris. This, I'm just going to put a note out now. I am tardy to the party on a lot of fragrances lately. This has been out for a little while, but I just recently acquired this, and it is beautiful. If you love orange blossom, but not just any orange blossom, one that has some nice greenness to it, not just the sweet marshmallowy parts of it, I strongly recommend this. This makes me feel bubbly. It's awakening, and you just feel somewhat sexy. It's like the sexier sister of Kilian's Love Don't Be Shy, or the little sister of House of Sillage's Benevolence, if you are familiar with either of those. Strong orange blossom and marshmallow notes, but this one, it turns green and more floral toward the dry down. This is great for the office, great for bed. I actually wore it to bed a couple times, and it's inoffensive. It's just, it's enveloping, if I can even use that in relation to a fragrance. It is. It just makes you feel like you are on a bed of lovely white petals, and there's wafts of orange just kind of doing this past your nose. It's something that I am glad that I came up on. I have been hearing reviews about it, but never thought anything of it because I have so many orange blossom dominant fragrances. But I was lucky enough to get to this one, and this one is probably my new favorite. I'm a little torn between this one and Parfums de Marly, the new one, Oriana. So if I want to be a sweeter version of an orange blossom, I'll do the Oriana. And if I want to be more grown and sexy with it, we'll go with the Sintra by Memo Paris. Next up, we have Darcy by Parfums de Marly. Now, Darcy I acquired in a trade. I do trade fragrances often with people in one of my Facebook fragrance groups. And it's a great way to experience things you otherwise would not. Sometimes you can get some things that are discontinued, things you are iffy on, and you also get great decant and sampling opportunities by trading. So you don't always have to spend money to get good fragrances. You can always trade something for something that you can actually use. So this is something that doesn't normally fit my typical fragrance profile because it is a patchouli dominant scent. Patchouli is very polarizing. Either you love it or you hate it. And honestly, I typically hate it. But this one is done much better. I don't know if it's the quality of the ingredients. Maybe it is, because it is toned down with some vanilla, so it makes it more palatable for me. It's not as earthy of a patchouli as it typically is. It's similar to Coco Mademoiselle. Not identical, but it puts you in that same mindset. So they're kind of similar family members, if you will. But Parfums de Marly actually got it right. I am not a fan of Coco Mademoiselle. I do not get the hype about it. Y'all don't come for me in the comments because I know it's a very popular fragrance, but it just doesn't do it for me. But to each their own. That's why there's like a million fragrances you can choose from. And, you know, it is what it is. The presentation, though, oh, this is so attractive. The beautiful tassel, the lovely stone in the top, and just the overall quality, there we go. Quality of the juice makes it worth it for me. And this is Darcy by Parfums de Marly. Up next, we have Lys 41 by Le Labo. Now, Le Labo is a house that I've heard of, and I knew of them from their candles. I had never really tried many of their fragrances. They do have one Santal 33 that is very popular. It just didn't do it for me, but it is a very popular fragrance. If you like something nice and woody and understated, it's great. Lys 41 I got from someone in one of my fragrance groups in a swap. And I wasn't even expecting this one. She sent this as an addition to what we had agreed to swap for. And I can't thank her enough. And oddly enough, this was actually made in my hometown of Chicago. This person is not a resident of Chicago, at least not currently, but I thought that was kind of cool. She sent me a scent that was made in Chicago. The cool thing about Le Labo is that they are hand blended for you in the store. And that's something that I think is really nice. They put your name on it, who it's made by and who it's made for. So you get a personalized experience when you shop with Le Labo. But this here is tuberose done right. I have yet to smell a better tuberose, and I've smelled quite a few. This is the best one. It's got some greenness to it that balances. That balances out. I guess it does kind of bounce out some of the unwanted portions of the tuberose. So other things can balance in. It balances a tuberose with the greenness, so that way it's not too overpowering and it's comforting. If you work in a place where fragrances are frowned upon, such as hospitals and sometimes schools and settings where there may be someone with a fragrance allergy or sensitivity, this I think is a safe bet. I believe it's a safe blind buy, and I don't think it'll offend anyone. You do not have to overspray it. Tuberose is a very, very powerful scent. That plant is very dominant, but this one, it's just done right. And this is List 41 by Le Labo. This baby right here, Hoor by Swiss Arabian. Yes, it's called Hoard, and it translates to beautiful woman, not the other one. There's no W. This is Hoor. And this is one of my all-time favorites. It's on my holy grail list, probably. This is rum and vanilla. Oh my goodness. If you love a nice, sexy, boozy note, toned up, not toned down, but toned up with some vanilla, Hoor is just a masterpiece. It has been discontinued, so I bought 3 backup bottles because I refuse to be without this scent in my collection. This is a for lifer right here. You may be able to find it on eBay or other secondhand sites overseas. There's a few bottles floating around on the internet that I haven't bought up yet. I might have to go in and grab the rest. But if you love a lovely gourmand fragrance, but it's so grown and sexy gourmand. You can wear it to bed. You can wear it out on date night. Anything. Hoor by Swiss Arabian. It gets 5 stars from me. Up next, this one here. Now this is a decant, so it's not in the original bottle. In the fragrance groups, I sometimes will swap for decants as well, and I put them in these kind of bottles so that they can blend in and not be all out of place. This is by the master himself, Roja Dove, and it's 51. Now, he recently came out with an essence de parfum of this scent, but this was the original, the original parfum. Honey, this, it says, I'm grown and I mean business. This is sophistication in a bottle right here. I don't even know what all the notes are, but for what I'm smelling, it's sweet, somewhat floral, but not like a bouquet of flowers, more like a sexy chai latte with some lovely flowers just sprinkled in it. And what happened was I wore this on a plane on Wednesday, and I had worn Body Shop's Satsuma lotion. So the layering effect, just try it and thank me later. I kept smelling myself through my mask, wondering what was that smell. And I realized it was me. I have not smelled so good from a layering combination ever. The citrus notes from the lotion balanced out with these sweet notes, and it just made an explosion of wonderfulness in my nose. So the entire plane ride, and it was almost 3 hours, I just kept inhaling just the goodness of perfection that Roja 51 is, especially with that undertone of the Satsuma lotion. So Roja 51 by Roja Dove, or the brand is called Roja Parfums. Friday scent was Burberry Her. This is also a decant, not in the original bottle. And I have a sad story about this one. So I wore the Roja 51 on the plane, and the following day I wore this. This was in my luggage, and it spilled. You see how much I have left? So my luggage smells amazing. So I might end up having to break down and get an actual full bottle. I do enjoy this scent. It's made by a wonderful perfumer, Francis Kirk John, who made Baccarat Rouge 540, which is like a cult classic. Now, this is very similar to the Extrait de Parfum version of that one, except this has an added, I believe, a strawberry note. So I prefer this one over that one because I do like the sweetness and the fruitiness of this one over his own signature version of it. This is something that you can use as a signature scent. It's a safe blind buy. You can wear it anywhere. It can be an everyday scent. And it's just very uplifting and refreshing. This is one of those fragrances you can just smell just because. And this is Her by Burberry. And last but not least, we have Whispers of Strength by House of Sillage. Let's just take a moment, shall we, to look at this beautiful masterpiece of a cupcake. Each one has, I think it's gold plated, very weighty, 150 hand-placed Swarovski crystals on the lid, and beautiful, beautiful, I don't know if it's glass or crystal, but just look at it. The attention to detail is top-notch with this company, and the juice inside is also wonderful. Now, this one puts me in the mindset of the List 41 that I talked about earlier from the Labo. If you have one, I don't believe that you need both personally, but then again, maybe you do if you're a perfume lover like I am. This is a lovely floral fragrance. I don't recall the notes, but I'll list the notes, a link to the Fragrantica description down in the comment section or in the description of the video. And just so you can see what it is. But I believe there's a tuberose note in it only because it smells so similar to the List 41, which I know is a tuberose dominant fragrance. If you like florals, this is for you. If you hate florals, this is not for you. If you're not sure if you like florals or not, this might be for you. And I say that because I don't particularly like florals, but I do like this one for some reason. Maybe because tuberose is one of the few florals that work well with my body chemistry. So that could be it. But this, you only need a couple of sprays. This is very potent. This is an Extrait de Parfum composition. So it's going to have a higher level of oil content of the fragrance. And so it's going to last a little bit longer. Sometimes it'll project a little bit more. So this will stay with you all day. You do not need to spray a lot or you will choke people out around you. But this is a beautiful fragrance by House of Sillage, Whispers of Strength. Well, that concludes my video on what I wore this week, fragrance edition. But you know I'll be doing many more because I wear a lot of fragrances and we're going to have a whole lot of weeks that I'll do these videos. It's something that I find fun and I like hearing about what other people wore too. So feel free to let me know what you're wearing this week in the comments section. We can chat it up. If you like something that I have in the collection, let me know. If you don't like it or if there's something you think is a better take on a note that I mentioned, let me know that as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe either. Our channel, we talk about fitness, fragrance, fashion, femininity, falsetto, aka music, and lots of other wonderful F words because F words are not all bad. But this is Margarita, and until next time, I'll see you soon. Bye.
This is a journey into